That one there, very good friend of the show, Chelsea Berman with Break Up Again. And we're chatting to her again for a record 5th time. Chelsea Berman, thanks for coming in again.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be a record holder. I think this is the first record I've got in anything. So
joint record, we should stress.
Yes.
Equal first on 5 with Sammy Constantine.
Oh, that's all right. She's lovely. I'll take it.
Yeah. It's a good cohort there. And we actually, I can't remember the exact details, but we robbed Sammy of her 5th for ages. We thought she only done 4. So Cam went back and did the maths.
Yeah.
So
do you know what's funny? We thought Brandon Duff had
That's right.
4 or 5, and we've only spoken to him 3 times.
Yeah, so it's Duff. Pick up your game. Chelsea, you're on 5 now.
Perfect.
Congratulations. We had the medal ready and stuff like that,
where's
but we just forgot it.
Prize?
Yeah, just got left at home. Sorry
Next
about
time.
that. Next time, 100%. But no, we have a lot to catch up on because I was going back, I was listening to the last time we spoke. It was about midway through last year, and this was just before you went to Nashville. And for those who forensically going back and listening to all of our Chelsea Berman interviews, you might remember way back pre-COVID, one of the first times we spoke, this Nashville trip was planned. COVID rolls around, obviously ruins everything. 2 years of blah. And then last year, in a word, last year, 2023, you were finally able to do that trip that you'd been planning for years.
Yes.
It's been done. So how was that?
Yeah, amazing. And I think obviously it's just been, for any country artist, I think it's just on your bucket list automatically, but it was definitely on mine. And yeah, I think after, going through having the trip booked, being about to go and then having it cancelled, which is obviously devastating, to then, being able to go on it was just amazing. And I spent 2 weeks over there, and then my whole trip altogether was 2 months. I went to some other places as well, but Nashville was definitely the number one highlight for sure.
How much writing did you get done, and how much of it was just enjoying Nashville and the trip?
Yeah, look, there was more enjoying just because it was my first time there, so I really wanted to.
And look, you did say that to us before you went over, so you didn't go against your word and got, lost in being over there and just thought, I'll just have a good time. That was always the plan.
Realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Yes, I was realistic, so I'm glad I achieved those expectations. But it was great, and I was over there for CMA Fest as well, which is the big country music festival, so I got to see so many acts that I've always wanted to see. Had some friends over there. It was just a great time. Writing, I did do a few writes. I did do a bit of work while I was over there. And again, that was amazing to be able to write with people in Nashville. Some of them I had written with over Zoom, and then actually being able to meet them was really cool in person. So it was just a great time all around.
That's cool. It's full circle in a way. And I have to ask, Nashville's the mecca for country music. Obviously something as a country artist that you've aspired to, looked at, a trip you've wanted to do for ages. Was there any fear that you were going to get to Nashville and be I've built this up in my head for so long, so much. Did it meet all those expectations and exceed them? Was there pressure for it to do that?
I don't think so. I think just because I was so excited anyway, I think I probably would have liked it anyway. I don't know. And obviously I know so many people that have gone and say how great it is. So I guess you kind of know in a way. It definitely exceeded all my expectations. It was just great. So no sad feelings about going, which was good.
Good.
Any plans to go back?
Yes, I have another trip booked in June this year. Obviously liked it.
Done.
So and I'll be doing more work on that trip. I'll still enjoy myself, but a bit less alcohol this time and a bit more brain cells.
Alrighty. And inspiring, I imagine, as well, being amongst it, as we said, country music mecca. Did it feel nice to kind of, you're on the Central Coast of New South Wales. Australia isn't necessarily the most country-focused place to begin with, let alone the Central Coast. Was it nice to just be these are my people?
Oh, for sure. And it was just amazing to be, surrounded by so much country music everywhere. I think there is also a bit of a negative side to it, if I'm being honest, because obviously there's so many talented people there, and you just see all the talent is in one, I guess, kind of city. So many people just hustling and playing, in bars for free and all of this sort of thing. So, I think it does put into perspective that it is hard. Definitely a hard career. It's not easier if you move to Nashville or anything like that, which I think obviously some people have these dreams of it all working out when you move there, and obviously that's not the case. So, obviously it was very inspiring, but I think it also put a few things into perspective and just things to think about as well.
I guess it'd be like an actor moving to Hollywood or LA
exactly
because, that's where they think the big chances and the big breaks are. And you might be lucky enough to get that break. And I know maybe that, but there's a lot more fish in that very big sea.
Yes,
over there.
Talented fish. Very talented.
Did you feel though that you were, I know, finally found something either creatively or just within yourself about being in that environment with all these like-minded people?
Yeah, I felt very creative there and wrote quite a few songs. One of them was Break Up Again, which you played. And I just felt like so much more creative than I ever have. So it definitely had a positive effect. And I think just being there, surrounded by it all, everyone's so excited about everything over there. So that, I think, was definitely a good part of it for sure.
And talk about the period following. So you came back full of inspiration. You released Break Up Again. We've got a song to that you're going to play for us live in a little bit called If I Had a Daughter, which we're really excited about. How have your processes been since that trip, and kind of so last time we spoke, we were like, body of work, and you were like, that's expensive, which is fair enough. And Nashville is expensive too.
Yes.
So like, completely fair enough. But do you have more clarity or strategy in that regard? Obviously, finances are a huge hurdle for independent musicians in terms of maybe a body of work, an album or an EP.
Yeah, obviously finances haven't changed, but I think it did light a fire in me, which I think it does for everyone that goes. So I think kind of I released Break Up Again, ended the year, and then, for this year I really do want to work a lot harder than I have, I guess, kind of since COVID, because I think I was working really hard on my music and really inspired beforehand, and then, as you said, it was Blair. Can you use that one again? I think just going there just kind of, made me reevaluate my music and what I really do want to do with it. Won't be an EP this year, but next year, that is my plan. So we'll release a few more singles this year, work really hard at it, and then, next year, that's the plan, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, and we're not just for those listening, it is Chelsea, you're an independent musician. We speak to so many, they have to foot the bill for everything. Studio hires thousands of dollars for a day. If you want other band members, you got to pay them to record with, or there's so many incidentals that producing an EP can be, a $5,000 to $10,000 experience all said and done. So we completely sympathise with that, and that's why if you're listening, you should go out to shows and do all you can to support your independent musicians and local musicians because they need it. But when we last spoke, we were talking about your songwriting processes as well. You just released Where Does That Leave Me? And you were speaking about how for maybe not the first time, but the most prominent time, you were kind of drawing on personal experience and how that was a processing tool for you, but also vulnerable at the same time. Have you brought that through and that same process into songwriting since with Break Up Again and the song we're going to play, If I Had a Daughter? Obviously, for those who haven't heard it or won't hear it yet, it's very personal.
Yeah.
You should have heard it.
An evolution of
the premiere you should have heard on homebrewed.au on Friday.
That's right. We had the exclusive premiere on our website. So if you haven't, it's not too late. Get there. But obviously, it's very personal. And you were saying you were using it as a processing tool last time. This time, is it similar? And has your writing evolved as you've learned through that?
Yeah, I think my writing has actually evolved a lot. I think I probably mentioned this last time, but Where Does That Leave Me? It was, yes, a very personal song, but it was a song I wrote with someone else, and I really kind of struggled to get my feelings out into it, and they kind of helped, I guess, bring them out. But I think since then I've gotten a lot better at really just getting those feelings out into a song, which is amazing. If I Have a Daughter, for example, really just came, I just had to get my feelings out. I was feeling all these things, I just had to get them out. And songwriting is obviously the way to do that for us musicians. So the song just came out so quickly. I think it was a 20-minute, just wrote it all down and sung it, and it was kind of done. So that obviously doesn't happen very often. So it is really when you're going through those emotions and you just need to, get them into a song that happens. So I definitely think that has continued, and I think I have gotten better at doing that for sure.
Is there anything that might have clicked or changed to make you think of now as talking to your own future daughter? You're in your mid-20s now. I don't know whether anything's, you're making plans or where you are in your life, but was there anything that sort of clicked to make this a very personal song for a future daughter, or what sort of inspired that?
Yeah, not particularly the future daughter thing. Definitely not planning on that anytime soon. But I think usually when you do write songs, you kind of sit down and write about yourself, and it's all very poor me, which we do as songwriters. It's so fine. But I think I really wanted this to be I guess obviously it's still a sad song, but a bit more of a positive spin on it somehow. And I guess I was thinking a lot about, my past self, my younger self and all of that sort of thing, and wanted to, I guess, kind of write a letter to my younger self, but instead did that in a way that was more for my future daughter or, anyone that is younger, anyone that hasn't learnt these lessons yet. I just really wanted to, give them these lessons that I learnt. So, yeah, that's kind of where the inspiration came from.
It's good. It's more, we've casually observed this trend going on in not so much your sphere, but the artists that we've interacted with in that dark pop world. We saw over the last couple of years the songwriting content, the subject of their songs was transitioning into more of a I'm going to sort myself out, I'm getting rid of you suck. And this isn't quite I'm removing, but it's very positive in that same vein. Does it feel nice to write a song in that way and you kind of see that evolution and it's actually a tool for yourself and others?
Oh, definitely. And I think that's why I do love writing these personal songs now, because, I have gone through these things that other people have definitely gone through. And I know my favorite type of music to listen to is when someone just writes something that you can feel exactly and it's like they're singing it to you. So I think that's kind of what I was trying to do with If I Have a Daughter, and hopefully that is how it works and people can really relate to the lyrics in it and everything like that. But yeah, definitely.
Did you have to to put the pen to paper and start writing more personally? Because from personal experience, if I have a thought and I think, for a tweet or an Instagram post or whatever it is, and I think, I wonder what the counterpoint to whatever I'm trying to say would be. And then I'm like, okay, maybe there's a bit of validity in that or whatever. So I just won't do the post. I imagine for yourself writing, so much personal stuff, there would have been a voice in your head going, but what would this person think, or what would this group of people think? How did you overcome that to get the end product and sort of just push through and release it?
Yeah, honestly, there wasn't much of that. I think, when I wrote it, I was just in this headspace, this is what I'm feeling. I just need to write it. I just need to get it out there. I don't know. It was just, very, I think, just in my own head in a good way. Obviously, you can be in your own head in a bad way as well. But yeah, I don't think I overthink it much when I'm writing. I think when I go to release, that's when the overthinking comes and I'm like, oh God, people are going to hear this, people that I've written about, all of that sort of thing.
You still have a chance when you're writing it to not release it.
Exactly, yes.
It's only yours and whoever else helped you write or produce it at that point. It's not out in the world yet.
Yeah. So it's definitely when you do then decide to release it. Because I was never going to release this song. It really was just a song for my own, processing and thoughts. But then I played it at a few gigs and people, really said that they related to it and that they really liked it. So, yeah, I thought I would release it. But obviously it's, scary to, release something so personal that really was just for yourself. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. And
sonically, it's a lot more stripped back. You don't have as much background, bass, drums, whatever. It's pretty much just you and a guitar for the vast majority of the song. What was the influencing decision behind that?
Yeah, again, I think just because it was such a vulnerable song, it was just written so, raw and honest. I just wanted to keep it like that. I just really had guitar and vocals. I took it to my friend Jake Davey. I was like, this is how I want to do it. And he said, yep, let's do it. Obviously, people don't do that too often. It's obviously better to have all the instruments and it sounds a lot fuller and it sounds
Let's build it up and have the final chorus be a big,
exactly.
anthemic thing.
Yeah, which is what I usually do. But yeah, I thought I'd do something different and I just really wanted this song to be different, I think, because I think it is something different to my usual catalogue and future releases and things like that. So yeah, just wanted to do it a little differently.
And you mentioned Jake Davey, you've been working with him and you play live with him quite a lot.
Yes.
As well. How did that relationship start? Because it's something that I've just seen you perform with him for ages and I've never actually asked you about him.
Yeah, it was actually through social media. So obviously we're both musicians and I think we just kind of followed each other and just knew of each other. And then one day he messaged me and was like, do you want to record this cover together? I was like, okay. And then a few days later, rocks up at my house, records this cover. And then ever since then, we've worked together. We went to Nashville together as well. So yeah, I've got a great friendship out of it as well, which is always nice when you can work together and be great friends.
Very cool. Great collaborators.
Yeah.
He's not here now, though. You are going to play this song, If I Had a Daughter, yourself live. It's I mean, as Cam said, the original stripped back, but we're going to have an even more stripped back version of it. And I like that it's very reflective of the way it was written and the mood and the tone that it's written in too.
Maybe
when you're
we'll
ready.
chime in on backing vocals or something.
perfect.
Some harmonies.
If we think it's too stripped back, we'll chime in with our own backing
Yeah,
vocals.
love that.
We're pretty intuitive, so we'll just come in when we think is right.
Great.
We've got a great ear for this sort of stuff.
Perfect.
But no, when you are ready, Chelsea, take it away.
If I have a daughter, she'll be smart. People won't just call her pretty. Yeah, they'll see what's in her heart. If I have a daughter, she'll be strong. She won't make the same mistakes and get things so damn wrong. But if she does, I'll be the one to pick her up and teach her what I know. When he tells you that it's love, but it's only been a month, don't believe him. When he says he's changed, but he can't show it, baby girl, you gotta leave him. The first time he gets angry won't be last. And if I've learned a thing or two, it's that you gotta trust your gut. She'll be smarter than I was. If I have a daughter. If I have a daughter, she'll be brave. She won't listen to the ones that tell her to behave. But if she does, I'll be the one to let her shine and be herself again. When he tells you that it's love, but it's only been a month, don't believe him. When he says he's changed, but he can't show it, baby girl, you gotta leave him. The first time he gets angry won't be the last. And if I've learned a thing or two, it's that you gotta trust your gut. She'll be smarter than I was. If I have a daughter. And all the walls are closing in, know the sun will shine again. And always hold on to the hope you feel. When it hurts, you're gonna learn there's beauty in the crash and burn. And one day it'll be okay. If I have a daughter, she'll be strong. She won't make the same mistakes. She'll learn where I went wrong.
Thank you.
Chelsea Berman.
Thank you.
Beautiful. We felt the need. We didn't need to come in on backing vocals. You had it nailed.
Oh,
well
that's
done.
so nice.
Well, I actually was about to launch into a bit of an a cappella section, but you kept playing, and then Cam turned the mic off. So I don't-
Oh, sorry.
foiled again. No, that
Next
was
time.
beautiful stuff there. And what I was thinking when you were playing that is that you just had just told us that you smashed that out in 20 minutes or so. And when that came to you, that's crazy. How does that work exactly?
I don't even know.
Like when
I literally
you
don't
hear
know.
it from artists, you're just like, how? How do you do that?
Yeah, that's definitely not a common thing whatsoever. Like usually, they take hours. But yeah, I think just sometimes you're just feeling something and you just literally just comes out. I don't know how it works. Don't ask me.
And the message in that song as well, I mean, peeling back the layers of that, there's serious things spoken about there, and you can understand why it would resonate so much for people. Was it, you mentioned that you had people at shows express that to you, and that was the kind of difference between keeping it to yourself and then releasing it. Now that it's out there, do you are you feeling that like comfortable with that decision, that it is going to be helping people? Because it's sound advice, it really is.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Like obviously there's always that part of, you know, people that you don't want to hear it is probably going to hear it. But I think I always am just like, if this is going to help at least one other person, you know, the way it helped me to write it, then it's worth it. So yeah, definitely.
But you mentioned that these last little bits have been inspirational for you, the Nashville trip and then thereafter. What can we expect for 2024? Because we're just at the start now, but
yes,
we will be at the end of it in the click of a fingers if anything else is to go off.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, hopefully big things. I have a few more releases. One I'm actually recording very, very soon. So yeah, definitely some new music, hopefully some touring, some local shows, bit of everything really. But yeah, just want this to be a big year. So I'm going to work hard to make it that, I think.
And if you did like what you just heard and you want to hear the recorded version, of course you can go to Spotify and all the places you get your music, or you can hear it as well as a little write-up about the song and about Chelsea Berman as well at homebrewed.au. We did premiere that one last week. And you mentioned shows, and you also mentioned earlier about this song being different sounding to other ones on the EP. So what might we be able to expect with that?
Yes, a little bit more pop sounds, which I'm sure you guys will like because you're into the pop from what I know. Hopefully.
We're into the pop.
Into the pop. I sound so old. Anyway, obviously still some country roots there, but yeah, some more pop sounds and yeah, a few different themes. Hopefully not so many breakup songs because I've released enough of those now. So yeah, some different themes will be coming through and hopefully some more like sassy songs as well because I used to do a lot of those, stopped for a bit, so we're bringing back the sass.
We're going back to what Eamonn spoke about earlier about, you know, just sort of, you know, feeling good about yourself. If you're bringing me negative energy, we don't need you. Siobhan Cochin's another one in the country realm who sort of started to release some music like that as well. So we'll look forward to more releases from you, Chelsea Berman. Thank you so much for coming in and having a chat to us.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5, very good holder.
Here's number 6. Thank you.